Welcome to the Tech Show. I'm Sonia Gavankar, and this week we're using a new app to stay afloat. And we learned that now eSport players aren't the only people in that industry making the big bucks. All that and more coming up on the Tech Show. Now it's time for the latest. Since being unveiled in 2016, Sophia, a humanoid robot, has gone viral. Now that the company behind her has a new vision to mass-produce robots by the end of the year. Hanson Robotics, based in Hong Kong, said 4 models, including Sophia, would start rolling out of factories in the first half of 2021, helping people communicate, assisting with therapy, and providing social stimulation. This news comes just as researchers predict the pandemic will open new opportunities for the robotics industry. Founder and chief executive David Hanson said, "The world of COVID-19 is going to need more and more automation to keep people safe." Hanson believes robotic solutions to the pandemic are not limited to healthcare, but could assist customers in industries such as retail and airlines too. Hanson said he aims to sell thousands of robots in 2021, both large and small, without providing a specific number. Social robotics professor Johan Horn, whose research has included work with Sophia, said that although the technology is still in relative infancy, the pandemic could accelerate a relationship between humans and robots, stating, "I can infer the pandemic will actually help us get robots earlier into the marketplace because people start to realize that there is no other way." Well, that's a little ominous. Some humans might be wary of putting robots in such sensitive roles. When asked whether people should fear robots, Sophia had answers ready. "Someone said we have nothing to fear but fear itself," the robot mused. What did he know? The race is heating up to produce the first supersonic passenger aircraft to enter commercial service in more than 50 years. U.S. plane maker Aerion, whose AS-2 jet promises to fly New York to London in 4.5 hours, is building a massive new global headquarters in Florida ahead of production beginning on the supersonic craft in 2023. It's a big step forward for the company, which will use some of the $300 million it has attracted in capital investment to develop the 110-plus acre Aerion Park in Melbourne, right next to Orlando Melbourne International Airport. The last supersonic passenger jet to travel our skies was, of course, the Concorde, which retired from service more than 17 years ago. While an engineering marvel, it was high on cost and high on environmental impact. Tom Price, the chairman, president, and CEO of Aerion Corporation, told CNN Travel this new iteration will be very different. The 8 to 12 passenger AS-2 business jet will travel at Mach 1.4, more than 1,000 miles per hour, which means it could shave 3.5 hours off of the standard journey time from New York to Cape Town, and more than 4 hours off trips between JFK and Singapore and JFK and Sydney. Aerion has already secured a domestic and international order backlog, which now tops $6.5 billion. And it plans to deliver 300 aircraft over 10 years of production. The AS-2's first flight is slated for 2024, and the company intends to take the plane to market in 2026. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Legoland, Florida celebrated the debut of the all-new Brickbeard's Watersports, Stunt Show, and Pirate Fest weekends with a stunt-stacked show as world-renowned daredevil Nick Walando walked across a high wire 60 feet in the air. Hi Nick, welcome to the show. Tell us more about your walk.
Well, I had the honor or pleasure, of course in my family history it's more of a pleasure to be able to walk on a wire or walk the plank here at Legoland, of walking on a wire that's 60 feet above the ground, about 5/8 of an inch in diameter, about the size of a nickel, over 700 feet in length. And it was pretty awesome to be able to use a balancing pole that was completely covered in Legos.
How many Lego bricks were used in your stunt?
Well, we used a large Lego brick, larger than your typical house brick, and there were 70 of them that were on the balancing pole while I walked.
Can you tell us more about the Brickbeard's Watersports Stunt Show?
Absolutely. Brickbeard's Watersports Stunt Show here at Legoland, Florida features some of the greatest water sports athletes from around the world doing incredible stunts. In fact, I had the pleasure of seeing a performance just the other day, and it kept me on the edge of my seat the entire time. It features everything from jet skis to boats to water skiers, you name it, completely action-packed and thrilling, and I'm sure it'll thrill you guys as much as it thrilled me.
How many Legos are used at Legoland Florida Resort overall?
Legoland Florida Resorts has over 75 million Lego bricks here on site. It is pretty fascinating to see these larger than life characters around the park and to fathom the fact that somebody actually took these small Legos and stacked them up and made these incredible characters.
Where can we go and get more information?
Everybody can go to legolandflorida.com and you can learn about these incredible resorts on site, the incredible food on site, and of course, the incredible attraction of Legoland Florida, which is fun for ages 1 to 101.
Thanks so much for joining us, Nick.
Thanks so much.
As homeowners stayed home over the past year, people started catching up on the home improvement projects that they had been too busy to tackle. And did you know that the fastest way to add value to your home is by fixing up your kitchen and bathrooms? Well, the virtual kitchen and bath show took place recently, and the former host of HGTV's Show House Showdown and TLC's Date My House, Bob Guiney, is here now to show us a few of the updates that can help viewers make their homes more beautiful, manageable, and healthier. Hi, Bob. Welcome to the show.
Hey, guys. COVID-19 and the national toilet paper shortages have highlighted our need to transition away from toilet paper to using bidet toilets. Toto's new Aqua 4 Arc Washlet Plus C5 bidet toilet uses pure clean water to leave you feeling clean and refreshed. Its heated seat has different temperature settings, and there's even a wireless remote. I love the clean Synergy bowl cleaning technologies, from a pre-mist spray to the Dynamax Tornado flush system. They work together to remove waste effectively and clean every inch of the bowl and rim. Now, another simple way to update your bathroom is to add a new vanity. Refined design details, solid wood, and steel make Room and Board's Kenwood bathroom vanity a sophisticated addition to your home. Complete with sleek hardware and legs, this bathroom vanity is an example of excellent craftsmanship and modern design at its finest. Made in Pennsylvania and available in 5 sizes, 4 woods, 12 top options, and 2 base colors. Now, we're all spending a ton of time in the kitchen, so upgrade your kitchen cabinets, and it's another new way to give your home a fresh new look. American-made Cobra Cabinets gives you custom-designed cabinets at store-bought prices. They harvest the wood, design, construct, finish, and assemble high-quality cabinetry. Cobra fuses American craftsmanship with European minimalism and modern finishes. You work with your project manager, designers, and engineers to capture your project's unique needs from the start, and there are so many ways to customize, from roll-out shelves, movable cutlery inserts, pull-outs and tilt-outs, lazy Susans, trash can cabinets, and other space-saving options to create your dream kitchen at an affordable price. And speaking of a dream kitchen, LG knows we're spending a ton of time in the kitchen these days, and their new InstaView door-and-door refrigerator has some super cool upgraded features and design innovations. They built UV nanotechnology into the water dispenser to help reduce bacteria, and I love the dual ice maker with craft ice. You can choose from cubed, crushed, or slow-melting round craft ice for a bar-quality experience at home. And they also increased the size of the InstaView window so you get a great view of what's inside. You just knock twice, you can look what's in there, and you can use a door-and-door feature to grab what you want without opening the full door. For all these great ideas for your bath, kitchen, and home, visit dailylounge.com. Back to you guys.
Thanks for joining us, Bob.
We are familiar with the video game industry from the programming side and the incredible art and the talent that goes into our favorite games. But today, we're going to talk about League gaming, its incredible growth and its future with Jason Chung, Assistant Professor of Sports Management and Executive Director of Esports at the Pompeo College of Business. Hello, Jason.
How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Can you first give our viewers a sketch of how esports went from Street Fighter tournaments in the arcades 30 years ago to the mega structure that it is now?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think everybody that grew up in the 80s and 90s sort of can remember back to the arcades, and that was basically the forum that you had, right? You had to be in person, you had to play each other, live, and there was no real substitute because we didn't have any of the telecommunications infrastructure like we have now. And then, a game called StarCraft came along in Korea, and Koreans became fanatical about it, and that created the first professional sort of esports leagues because they realized, hey, we can actually connect computers together and actually play against each other, in a slightly larger arena. But then what ended up happening is that, as the internet developed throughout the 2000s and the 2010s and now the 2020s, it became easier and easier to play each other across, vast swaths of the world. And now you can play games against anybody basically on your phone. And I'm sure a lot of people do without realizing, hey, it's actually a human being on the other end of this game.
Monetizing these things is always kind of top of mind. And for a lot of people who want to go into gaming, parents say like that's a waste of time, but actually you can make a lot of money in this. So what are the different ways that esports is being monetized?
Yeah, I like to basically think of esports as the next big field in the entertainment industry, right? So everything that happens in the entertainment industry, plus a few industry-specific jobs are opening up. So what you're seeing is, project management, product development, event organization and management. Those are huge fields that are in demand, and obviously that comes along with the programmers and the coders and people who work on the publishing side. So there's a lot of job opportunities out there, just simply because gaming is the largest entertainment sector in the world. I'm not sure people really realize that, but it's about 4 times larger than global film revenues, right? So this is a big industry, and of course, video gaming is a lot larger than esports, right? But esports is also rapidly growing because, again, most of the world is now being connected by telecommunications and fiber optic internet and all those kinds of things.
So you developed the first online esports business master's program in the world. Why did you feel that a MS in esports business was needed? What happened before this existed? Was anybody even studying this?
Yeah, I mean, there were some programs out there. There were a few fledgling programs in Europe, but really at the University of New Haven, the reason why we created an online master's program is because we just talked to the industry, and the industry was saying, hey, we get a lot of people from the sports world, from the tech world, from the video game world, but not any of these traditional structures really feed into somebody who understands esports, right? Because you have to understand league structures. You also have to understand video game culture. You also have to understand how media works. And people at the intersection of all three, there are a few, obviously, but they want more systematic pipelines of talent. And so what we decided is, hey, look, we already have great undergraduate programs that we launched, but the master's program is where we're developing future leaders in the industry, right? And the reason why and how we're doing that, well, we have obviously some of the great faculty we have at the university, but we also have industry leaders coming in and teaching directly in their disciplines.
That's really fascinating. I feel like in these COVID times where a lot of people in the events industry and people who are doing community building may be losing jobs because of COVID restrictions, this is an interesting way of parlaying it into the future.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're trying to basically anticipate the needs of the industry. And we're doing that by actually working directly with the senior figures in the industry to make that happen. And in fact, you'll see people from industry leaders come teach in our program, and we're excited to announce those people coming in.
So if people are listening to this and thinking, this is for me, where do they get more information?
They can basically do a Google search. I'd love to give links are a little bit too long. So basically Google Esports Business MS at the University of New Haven, and you'll be able to find it right. We're the first link right up top, and we're the only people in the game right now, so it should be easy to find us.
That's awesome. Thanks so much for joining us, Jason. This has been fascinating.
Thank you very much for having me. Appreciate it.
We all know necessity is the mother of invention, and with the drastic lifestyle and economic changes that have come in the last year, some necessities have become out of reach. Mother of three, Sarah Allen knows just how valuable a little help can be when someone is in a pinch, and that there was a need to connect those people with people who have the means and desire to help. She created the app Afloat to make it easy for people and groups to provide resources both large and small. Sarah Allen, it's great to have you on the show.
Hi, it's great to be here. Thank you.
So, first of all, how are you and your family?
I'm good. Obviously a weird year, but we feel very good. Everyone's happy, healthy, and my youngest son, who was the kind of inspiration behind Afloat, is doing fabulously. So,
now before we get to specifics of Afloat, can you tell me a little bit about the process of creating the app? What inspired you?
yeah, so I have three boys, and my youngest son needed to have open heart surgery. We found out shortly after he was born. So we kind of entered this 5-month waiting period of he was essentially going into heart failure while we waited for his heart to get big enough to perform the surgery. And it was really stressful, obviously. We felt overwhelmed. We were completely, underwater, and we're completely also in shock and just appreciation for our community that rose to the occasion, lifted us up, and kept us afloat.
Ah, that's where Afloat comes from. And how is Afloat helping particularly women in this moment?
Right. So as I was going through this process, and then last year again had another kind of life moment where I needed to lean on my community, my friends, my family, I realized there wasn't a platform that was all about women being able to lift each other up, to support each other, to celebrate each other and their connections. And so I kind of went searching for it, couldn't find it, and decided to create it.
Okay, tell me how the app works.
So you get on the app and you can join an existing group based on interest or location, or you can create your own, your social circles, your community, people you want to support. And you can interact, like ping out whenever you need help, or if you have the bandwidth to give, like, hey, I'm running to the store. Does anybody need anything? Last week, we did a diaper drive with my close friends for the local children's hospital where Boss had his surgery. And we also have a built-in gifting platform. So if you see somebody that you're like, oh my gosh, I've been meaning to send them a gift, they just moved, or, oh, I know they had a new baby, they probably need, a little mom spa pick-me-up, right in the app. There's a little button you just gift, and it goes directly to an e-commerce site that supports local businesses that we all love.
That's fantastic, and it brings in the local businesses as well.
Exactly. Yep. So, we already want to use these businesses that are so important and part of our community to support each other and celebrate each other. And this was just a way to kind of bring the people to the businesses during this year where everyone feels so far apart.
What's a success story?
Yeah. So, speaking of new babies, actually, I'll give a gifting example, and then I'll give another kind of bigger life moment example. But we had a friend that had a baby in one of the groups, and she said the picture of the new baby, he's here, and everyone just kind of jumped right on and started gifting and sending her all these fun surprises. And she, reached out to us and was like, that was so much fun to get all these, these like kind of on-demand gifts, essentially. Didn't expect it. I just felt so loved, and it was a really cool moment. We also have, on the flip side, groups that have formed to support people that have reached out to us and told us, hey, I had a family member pass away and I'm overwhelmed, and I just want a group of people that I can ping out to when I need something. I don't want to feel like I'm getting run over by people's requests to help, which is so generous, but sometimes that can almost be too much. So just by creating this really simple platform of like, we're here for you to lend a hand, we're here for you to give a hand, and wrapping in, again, those businesses that really put the icing on the cake to celebrate and support, created just a really positive platform.
So you can go from saving a business to getting someone a cup of coffee.
Exactly. Yep. Sending a teacher gift at the end of the year. There's just so many great cases that we've been seeing people use it for.
For now, Afloat is primarily in Kansas City. How do you plan to expand it?
Yep, we are primarily in Kansas City, and we plan on launching in more markets by the end of 2021. We're going to go kind of step by step and be able to really involve the community members. That's how we did it here, which, it's a platform, like I said, that's all about connection and celebration. So we really want to get in with the communities and find people that want to be involved and want to sign up their school groups and want to sign up their churches and their friend groups, and kind of build that with us, point us to the businesses they really want to have on the platform and bring everyone together that way.
Okay, I'm ready to download Afloat. How do I get it?
It's in the App Store right now, and we're working on Android.
Thanks so much, Sarah Allen. We'll be back with more of the Tech Show right after this. Now it's time for Take My Money, where this week, forget rubbing moisturizer on your skin like a cave person and embrace the mist.
Start with clean, dry skin. Choose an ingredient capsule and give it a little shake. Lift the capsule door on your device and drop it into the chamber, being sure to align the notch and the groove. Then use the door to push it all the way in. Once you're ready, hold the device's white surface up to your face, about a ½ inch away. Side note, if you're using a glycolic capsule, hold it even closer because the acidic mist can be unpleasant to breathe in, even though it's totally safe. Press the on button on the side. The device will run 3 15-second intervals. Tilt your head back slightly and make slow circles. Start with the right side, then repeat on the left side. Then for the last interval, mist your forehead.
The application seems simple enough, but I don't think that there's a selection of 3 capsules that will work for all of us. Also, I feel like my arm is going to get really tired from just holding it on my face. Oh, shaky, shaky. I'm keeping my money. Thanks for joining us this week. Follow us at the Tech Show TV and join the conversation. Tech you later.